Hey everyone, we are here together during Global Entrepreneurship Week, where we are going to celebrate entrepreneurs from Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana. I Zimbabwe and Botswana. I welcome you to this occasion, and for the people watching, please feel free to leave your comments as the ceremony proceeds. This started in 2004, when I decided we should do something to tell the African entrepreneur's story. I'm going to share a little bit about each one of you before you start your own presentation. So Shaki Timburwa is from Zimbabwe, like I said, and would like to share his insights in the green energy space. Yes, after the announcement of the 9.4 billion US dollar awarded to develop green energy in Namibia, it's on everybody's mind and lips. So green energy is the thing that we speak about now, and Shaki will share his views with us. According to Shaki, mining has a major impact on the environment, but it also represents a valuable opportunity to benefit national and local authorities. Even in the so-called digital age, the mining sector remains fundamental to almost every aspect of economies. For job created in the mining, the International Council on Mining and Metals estimates a further 2 to 5 jobs created in other sectors as a culmination of mining. And yet, even as mining technologies grow more sophisticated, the sector remains highly diversified and its problems highly complex. So over to you, Shaki. And we
Thank you so much, Miss Klute, and greetings to everyone who's was on the platform. It's an honor and it's a privilege to be sharing a platform with wonderful, friendly, and beautiful people. This is what I would have to say. Firstly and mostly is Namibia is a very beautiful country and land that I've categorically said is a land full of possibilities. And I even managed to share that narrative with His Excellency Mr. Hage to say it's a land, your country is a land that has got blessed people who are peaceful and it has got full of opportunities. Being in the mining sector and also in the energy sector, you see the 2.9 billion affiliation or incentive that was given to the country is something that if it is utilized in a very meticulous way, almost every citizen of this country will benefit fully to this kind of an initiative because there are so many possibilities that Namibia, if they are to implement different green energy fields within the country, they can be able to generate electricity that can not only supply the country, but that can also supply the whole SADC regions, which is one of the reasons why I was having a meeting with His Excellency. And looking at the mining sector remains critical in the society or in the backbone of our SADC region, not to mention about the whole continent of Africa. Reason being, our continent is blessed immensely with an ubiquitous amount of minerals that if we are able to harness those minerals and the value addition and the value chain happens within our borders, happens within our country, so that there is full beneficiation of the value of the raw materials that are being extracted within our country or within our countries or within our continent. There will be better livelihoods to our citizens, there will be better livelihoods to our people, which is one of the things that I'm happy that is going to be happening in Namibia with different synergies that we are busy structuring with the government of Namibia. And believe you me, I've loved the land of Namibia. It's the land of the breath, and there are so many possibilities. And I believe everything being said and done, some of you people who are here, I will be grateful to share my ideologies and also probably to find synergies that we can be able to work together in the future. Thank you so much, Ms. Klute.
Welcome to Global Entrepreneurship Week 2021, where 200 nations will host campaigns to inspire more of their citizens to consider the path of entrepreneurship. This week, we'll have celebrities like Richard Branson inspiring more young people to follow in their footsteps. We'll have global institutions in our field like Endeavor hosting national campaigns around the world. And we'll have corporations like FedEx supporting this effort to try to engage more of our historically underrepresented groups in this exciting world of creating new value and giving opportunity to all. You know, when we started Global Entrepreneurship Week with the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation in 2008, we had a different mission. We set about explaining to the world and showing to the world that Silicon Valley had no monopoly on entrepreneurship. Well, it appears that we have succeeded in that mission. We now have many, many nations embracing this as a primary driver, not just of job creation, but of generating opportunity for more of their citizens. And in fact, recently on the eve of Global Entrepreneurship Week, we released the Global Startup Ecosystem Report with our partner and very talented team at Startup Genome. There's so much in that report to take a look at, but let me point out a couple of facts that were indicative of the message I'm trying to convey today. It is extraordinary to me to see that in 2020 alone, so just in 1 year, we've seen a 55% increase in the size of the total value of the top 100 emerging entrepreneurial ecosystems. They now generate more than $540 billion. We're also seeing 91 of those ecosystems able to boast having created a unicorn. As we look at the success, though, there is still a lot of work to be done. We are facing massive problems, climate change, recovering from this global pandemic, and so much more. And in these uncertain and unpredictable times, it is our entrepreneurs that are vital to the future success of our society. Unlike many of us who get scared and frightened during these times, it is our entrepreneurs that actually thrive on uncertainty and on these situations. When someone comes in and pushes the reset button and shakes up all the rules, all of a sudden, there are hundreds of thousands more possibilities, many more solutions to test, and much work to be done. So we need to have more entrepreneurs in the world, people with the aptitude, but also with the courage and the resilience to try to help us innovate our way and navigate our way through challenges such as this pandemic. It is our entrepreneurs that we are focusing on this week, and I'm so proud to say we will make it all about them, whether it's in Kansas City, where there's 100 or more events, or whether it's across the globe via Zoom. It is important to say that this week we will be announcing the top 25 entrepreneurs from around the world out of 100,000 that entered the Entrepreneurship World Cup. I encourage you to take a look at these entrepreneurs, look at their story, look at why we picked them in a highly competitive field of so many people. They're indicative, they're great examples to us all of what can be accomplished when you come up with an idea, test it with a team, and figure out a new way of doing things, which doesn't just benefit you, but also benefits your community and your fellow citizens. So I want to thank everybody that's been involved in this campaign, to all of our national hosts around the world, our thousands of partners, the hundreds of thousands of volunteers, and of course, I'd like to thank the staff at Gen Global and our teams for all the hard work and passion they've put into this year's campaign. I hope you will join us. If you can't find anything at gec.co to participate in locally, join us on social media at hashtag GEW2021. Happy Global Entrepreneurship Week.
So it's my honor today to hand over. So very much for taking into account not just your own country, but also other countries. So we now move to the next person, and I call on Nicolette. Nicolette, I found her a week or two ago. She connected with me. She's from Botswana. She hails from Botswana. Moment, please. Botswana, and she has been working almost day and night during the past days of November. And I would like to give her the opportunity to receive this acknowledgement from Gen Global on behalf of Gen Namibia, for her to be inducted in the Namibian Business Hall of Fame, promoting entrepreneurship. Nicolette.
Thank you very much for this honor. I, Nicolette, just want to accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur. And I promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. So I'm absolutely thrilled to get this honor. It was very unexpected, a pleasant surprise. I am running a company here in Botswana called Spark Ideas Group. And what I do is I help develop entrepreneurs. I help develop their ideas, their business models, help them get training and mentorship. And this November, like you mentioned, I'm doing 30 days of events celebrating entrepreneurship on the African continent. This has allowed me the privilege of speaking to entrepreneurs from all over the continent, the mainland continent and some peripheral islands as well, the Comoros, Madagascar, Mauritius, all over the continent. We're having conversations that entrepreneurs can share their stories, share how they've developed their ideas, how they're surviving, discuss mental health issues, and also figure out how to motivate other entrepreneurs, because as a continent, we are really in this together, and there's so much value if us as Africans can get together, share our stories, and inspire each other, because we are all children of the African sun. So I welcome anyone who wants to take part or follow. You can watch all of our events free on Facebook if you go to our page, Spark Ideas Group. So thank you very much. And yeah, this is amazing. I'm so excited.
Hi, Ms. Kluta. Hi, everyone.
Okay. So Ilke, a little bit about herself from my side as I see her. She survived brutal physical and emotional abuse about 4 years ago. And here she sits, see her smiling as if the world belongs to her. She studied communications at UNAM and started her own company. She studied communications at UNAM and started her own company, Poya Media. And we celebrate her tenacity and commitment to overcome the obstacles in her path and to run a successful enterprise. Ilke Platt into the Namibian Business Hall of Fame as an emerging entrepreneur for her tenacity and ensuring that nothing gets her down. Over to you, Ilke.
Thank you, Ms. Kluta. I, Ilke Platt, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. Thank you so much to the Namibia Business Hall of Fame. Thank you to Ms. Kluta. Thank you for everyone that we have met across, our path in the world of entrepreneurship. Thank you to our Heavenly Father for giving us grace every single day to wake up. And this is just the beginning, and it's such recognition that allows us to pursue what we're pursuing. Thank you.
Okay, that was quick and very fast. You still have a minute left, so share a little bit more about what after this honor, what comes.
Okay, what happens after? I think it's like this roller coaster ride. Dumeni and Llewelly and everyone online will agree with me. You can plan as much as you want, but tomorrow might have something else in store for you. So it's going with the flow, allowing yourself to keep on marching on every single day, overcoming the challenges, as Ms. Kluta mentioned, but not allowing those challenges to set you back, but to be a catapult into a different direction. But I see our Namibian entrepreneurs just blooming and flourishing and also plowing back to the Namibian economy.
Entrepreneur that we are going to recognize here tonight and induct into the Namibian Business Hall of Fame is Gerschwinn Hamunyela. Gerschwinn is known to me since he was in one of the Junior Achievement High School programs. He showed leadership skills early in life And after completing his chartered accounting qualifications, he ventured, like his father, into a venture and made a huge success of transporting guests from the airport to their places of lodging or conferences. He also started several, do we have, Gershwin? He also started several other ventures such as the accounting firm. COVID-19 affected his operations because there was no more flights coming in, and people had to stay at home, and there were lockdowns all over the world. But COVID-19 did not get him under. Because of his good qualifications, it was easy to step into a sales position, maybe head of sales, he can tell you, at Metropolitan, where he leads a team. We honor him as a visionary, committed to entrepreneurship since the JA Company program in grade 8 and through high school, where he also attended and participated in leadership training camps that we organized. He has been an outstanding model for other young people, and he is to be announced this evening to be the ambassador for young entrepreneurs. Congratulations. Congratulations, Gershwin, for the GEN program. So now we don't work with high school, but we do still work with university students and then obviously startups. So in this case, I would like to leave it over to you to do your acceptance speech. Over to you, Gershwin.
Thank you, everybody. I, Gerschwinn Hamunyela, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. First and foremost, I would just like to thank Ms. Kluter and the Global Entrepreneurship Network platforms for allowing us these opportunities to excel and network and enhance our business and entrepreneurship skills. I'd like to thank my family and friends for always pushing me and always allowing me to make mistakes and learn and grow. I'd like to thank my mother and my father, my two brothers and my sister for always having my back and believing in me. I would also like to thank my fiance and my daughter, who is my source of inspiration. They are the reason I wake up every morning. And then, of course, my grandmother, being my greatest critique, but also my greatest cheerleader. And then my fellow co-workers, employees, partners, and directors for giving me the easiest job in the world. And that is to manage, lead, and work with all of you. And then to my fellow inductees and laureates, past and present. It is such an honor to sit amongst all of you. Such brilliant minds all together motivates me and pushes me to do better. So I thank all of you. Let us continue working hard and push for poverty eradication, youth empowerment, and an African developed economy. Thank you so much. And once again, thank you, and thank you.
Now, David. David he says he's a soldier, but he'll tell you what kind of soldier he is. For me, he developed a helmet fitted with electronics and applications to improve safety. For cyclists and what's the other one? If you know the African continent's stage of transport, it's mainly motorcycles. They are being used as taxis. They are going to honor you tonight because you are a team leader. You are making sure that you look at the future of the rest of Africa, ensuring their safety. So I now pronounce you inducted into the Namibian Business Hall of Fame as an emerging entrepreneur.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kluter. I, David Mbidi, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Namibians and Africans. First of all, I would love to thank none other than our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for making this possible. And I would also like to thank my team, Tetranology Mobility, my family that has been very supportive, and my close friends that are very, very supportive. And I would also love to thank my mother in the Lord, that's what I call her. This is Ms. Johanna Klute, who is also my mentor. And she has been amazing. There's just no words to say about her. So I also just want to take this moment to honor her for being who she is. She is heaven sent. That's what I believe. And may long life and endless blessings be her portion. So that is all from me, and thank you very much.
Thank you for those kind words. And we move on to the next person. Alicia, Llewelly Adams. Llewelyn said that after school, he did not have the opportunity to go study, but what he did is he started working at the Pupkewitz group of companies to earn and support his family. He taught himself coding and created a platform called Dunlu. He will tell us a little bit more about that after he's accepted the award. I wish to induct you in the Namibian Business Hall of Fame, and he is honored here this evening for his commitment to self-development and setting a great example to others. Llewelyn.
Thank you, Mrs. Joanna, and thank you to the entire Gen Namibia team. I, Llewelly Adams, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. So a bit of background on Donlu. It was a mammoth task to convince people, especially in Namibia, to take part or to believe in a platform where, in a time where we didn't believe in the digital age, to believe in the platform. So for me, it was a mammoth task just to encourage people to make use of the platform, to get artists and musicians alike to be part of the platform as well. So far, we have garnered a lot of support from the Namibians, pardon me, and also we have started penetrating the rest of the African market, and we have seen a lot of support from them as well. So that is something that we are hopefully doing for the next year and moving forward. Again, thank you so much, Ms. Joanna, and to the rest of the Gen Namibia team.
We say congratulations, Llewelyn. And since you are setting such an example to so many, I hope they can learn from you and also continue to self-educate themselves. So the next person, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is CJ. CJ, you are ready. Take it away. So CJ, after school, moved to Cape Town. After completing high school, to South Africa, marketing school. And there he found that most students do something on the side to earn an upkeep and to start paying off their loans. So what he did is he started an application. In 2019, November, as it may be, I hope it was also on the 11th, like today, CJ Dumeni and his partners launched the Namibia's first food ordering application, Chommy Bites. So how did they know COVID was around the corner? Can they tell us how did they know about that? Currently, they operate in multiple cities, and the reason why we are honoring him here tonight is the fact that he got his foot in the door. The list group of companies, franchises that they have throughout Namibia of takeaway foods. So those are the ones that belong to the list group of companies. Those are the ones where I said, this young man needs to be recognized for what he's doing. Okay, so over to you, CJ. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for the honor. It's so exciting, and I'd like to formally accept that I, CJ Dumeni, accept to be and I'm honored to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur. I promise to serve and inspire my fellow Africans. I'm really honored to be here, and I think it's exciting to be with such young people on this virtual stage. Thank you so much to Jen Namibia for taking the initiative and pushing this forward and surprising us. I'd like to thank, obviously, my team at Chomi and my family and everyone who supports any type of e-commerce movement. Look, I think every entrepreneur needs to have a vision, a dream of something bigger than just them. And for me, it's definitely a heart for e-commerce. I believe that online purchasing and e-commerce is the future for a country like Namibia. We'll be able to create many sources of income for so many different people and virtually take people off the streets. And that's our mission, and that's what we're pushing with Chomi. As she mentioned, we were the first online food ordering platform, and we helped so many restaurants and so many people make an income during the COVID times. So we plan to continue to do that and grow our infrastructure and grow our network across Namibia. And I'm so honored for this, and thank you so much.
We wish you good luck with the venture as it grows bigger and bigger. So you are now an inductee of the Namibian Business Hall of Fame. We are moving on to our next person, and I hope he's here. Let me just see. Jesaya, present. Jesaya?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Jesaya is one of those young people that I've met by chance. So he obtained a high school graduation at Walfish Bay Private School. Now, you guys who don't live at the coast like myself, that is one of the most prestigious schools in the area. And whenever Jesaya went home to the north, which is now the 4O regions in the past, and Ovambuland in general, he would feel so depressed when he compares the education that he got with his less affluent friends. That did not make him happy. He decided that he was going to do one thing, and that was to assist in improving quality of life for his fellow Namibians. After post-grad studies, he ventured into an enterprise with a few other. Some were successful that he started, others did not survive. But he did not throw in the towel, rather looked at avenues where he could support himself. All of us have these problems. So I just want to conclude your brief about yourself. So Jesaya, I think I met him about a year or a little bit over a year ago. And he is member of the Namibian Business Angels Network. That is how our discussion started. And he works together with me to inform people on how they can connect to angels. Now we have 1 or 2 angels here that will be inducted later on. I hope they get to know you, Jesaya, so that you can work with. And he's very much active in business development at Startup Namibia. He says that is what he wanted to do all his life, and he is inducted for his community mindedness and self-development. Congratulations, Jesaya.
Yes, I'm very honored, and I will now say my acceptance. I, Jesaya Hano-Oshike, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. So yes, as I said, I'm quite honored. I see myself as an ecosystem builder for startups, and really my purpose, I believe, is really to help Namibian startups, gain the knowledge to develop their businesses, as well as the first funding. So my real focus is really raising funds for early stage investments, especially for pre-seed and seed funding. As it was mentioned, I was part of basically founding the Namibia Business Angel Network, where we have started investing in startups.
Okay, so we lost Jesaya then for the moment there. But Jesaya, you will receive your award. You can also collect it in Windhoek. I'm sorry that we lost you there. So our next person to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur to the Namibian Business Hall of Fame is Vilho Kalimbo. Vilho has done what no German in this country of mine wanted us to do. For all these years, I've told them, let's do biogas, because every household in a village can cook their food on biogas instead of cooking it on electricity or using wood. So when I returned from a university that invited me to China for a 3-month learning platform on rural development, I was still told we cannot do biogas. Set up a biogas system in Oshikuku, of all places, and he is selling biogas on his back and on his bicycle. So he reminds me a little of Dr. Franz Opa Ndongo, who also started out on a bicycle riding from village to village, selling his wares. He received an award from the Environmental Investment Fund recently, and we are honoring him here tonight for his tenacity and his visionary actions. So congrats, Vilho. Vilho Kalimbo, you are inducted in the Namibian Business Hall of Fame. Over to you, Vilho.
Good evening, everyone. I, Vilho Kalimbo, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. This opportunity has just added value to my entrepreneurial journey as an emerging entrepreneur in the sector of biogas production as a clean and renewable energy. I do believe that this recognition will help me gear up with courage and as well encourage with confidence Namibians to embrace biogas energy and also to support local entrepreneurs. So actually it's not so easy to convince our society, which has got little or has, the majority do not have any knowledge about biogas at all. Most of the people think that it's a gas that I have invented myself. And they have so many questions about safety and so forth. So I have to make a lot of community education. Only then they will at least come a little bit closer to accept the biogas. So I thank everyone who is behind Gen Namibia actually for making this wonderful initiative and also those who made this occasion possible. I would like to thank also the Kamapo team and to thank everyone who has been supporting me. I thank you.
Thank you, Vilho. I just want to ask you to explain quickly to the audience, how do you produce that biogas? You don't have to go into all the technical difficulties. Just start from the 1 point and end at point 3, I think.
Actually, biogas is just a gas that is produced from the breakdown of the waste, the organic waste, or let me say the degradable waste. And then these waste have to be in a certain environment where there is no oxygen, and then the microorganisms have to break down this waste, producing biogas. And then there you go.
Okay, thank you very much. So now we move over to the next person, who is Dr. Victoria Hasheela-Mufeti, if I'm not mistaken. And I would like to tell you a little story about this lady who's now a mom of, I think, 3 babies, a set of twins, and so on. But I know she will she will not like much what I'm saying. about it. So I'm going to keep it short, Victoria. You can speak about it, what you want to share with the audience. But she's a very driven person, driven in one way that she writes stories. But you would say that is just nothing. Writing, especially children's stories, that's not such a big issue. But for Victoria, it was a lifelong dream that she would put stories in her own vernacular in print form and also in online format. So Vicky, I mentored her since many moons back. She loves it. And she started her own printing press when she couldn't find people to print her books. And she is now also a mother, a lecturer at UNAM, and also an entrepreneur. She has paid her loan off for her printing press at DBN, and she has won the Entrepreneurship World Cup Namibia in August this year. She tendered and got 2 tenders for preparing and printing storybooks in the local Namibian languages. She also completed a PhD in technology. What an amazing woman, being a mom and achieving all of these goals. Congratulations, Vicky. You are now inducted to the Namibian Business Hall of Fame. Your acceptance speech, please.
Thank you very much, Ms. Klute. I hope you can hear me.
Very clearly.
Thank you. I, Victoria Hasheela-Mufeti, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur and promote to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. I'm deeply honored and grateful to have been chosen among many outstanding entrepreneurs to be inducted as an emerging entrepreneur in the Namibian Hall of Fame. I would like to thank my parents for being my pillars of strength and for their unending support. And I would like to thank my husband for being my right hand and for supporting me all the way. I would like to thank Ms. Johanna Klute for believing in me and for being my mentor, as she has mentioned, for many, many years. I owe you nothing but success. And most importantly, I thank God for always making a way for me. This award is a tremendous encouragement for me to work harder and to be an example to others. And it's dedicated to my 3 beautiful children, Pandulo, Kunelongo, and Meitavela. Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations, Victoria. Shortly after this, you will receive your...
and seeking funding. So that's really what my fight is. And yeah, that's really my story.
Okay, tell us a little bit, while we are waiting on Paul to join us, because he's the first one to go next, a little bit about the Business Angels Network in Namibia.
Okay. So that's really a platform that was put together for those people or individuals and companies who have a little bit of spare cash, and really want to invest into emerging entrepreneurs in Namibia. So typically, we ask that members invest a minimum of $2,000 every year, or where possible. It is sometimes the opportunities do not, do not avail themselves into Namibian startups. And then what we generally do is we do what we call syndicate, or put money together and invest anywhere between generally 250,000 Namibian dollars to about $1 million Namibian dollars, depending on the means now of the syndicate, into Namibian startups. That's really what we do overall.
Okay. If you must put out a call there today, what is it that you're going to tell potential business angels?
That I guess there's not much to say. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're an investor and you really want to invest into Namibian startups, where there's obviously it's quite risky, yes, but at the end of the day, the upside is also quite high, and really a place where you'll find.
Okay, sorry, your internet is getting.
Reach out to the Business Angel Network with this website. Can you still hear me? I don't know how good my internet is.
Yeah, you
But
come and
yes,
go, but just
basically.
complete your sentence.
Okay, we were just saying that. I was just saying that we're looking for investors to join the platform. As I said, there is no commitment to necessarily invest, but just but where there's an opportunity that really triggers you, and you feel that it's a compelling opportunity. We really look for those opportunities for you, so you can invest into Namibian startups. So yeah, that's.
Thank you, Jesaya, for taking that time to make up for
That's it.
waiting for one of the laureates. About Paul, our first laureate to be inducted this evening is someone who's also like almost my son. So I'm not going to mention his name now. Already you are reading his name there on the screen. But this nominee was born in Oipanda, Hangano, in the Umsati region 37 years ago. He was inducted as an emerging entrepreneur in 2016. Did he emerge? Oh yes, along with fighting off challenges that came his way, of which COVID-19 was one of the many. Over the recent years, the Namibian economy contracted, effectively reducing household disposable income. Global and domestic logistics during lockdowns has been a nightmare. Overall business revenues decreased. And as he balances humility and boldness to convince producers to package their products in a sustainably helpful manner that is considerate of their customers' environment, budget, and circumstances, the nominee is dedicated to safeguarding the liability for mankind to better anticipate and survive the future with sustainable, reliable, and affordable packaging solutions. The nominee has been tried and tested in manufacturing operations. He has sound expertise in optimizing performance and usability of modern technologies. Okay, I'll start again from the nominee has been tried and tested in manufacturing operations. He has sound expertise in optimizing performance and usability of modern technologies. Sound expertise in the packaging industry. He is a highly talented and sophisticated strategist who transforms ideas and the thoughts into helpful solutions. He is a proud school patron of his alma mater, Ongolo Combined School in the Omasati region, and he is generously committed to improving the quality of lives in his community. He is admired by many for being consistent with making his dreams come true. And one of that many is me. The entrepreneur to be inducted here as Laureate of the Namibian Business Hall of Fame is none other than Mr. Paulus Anjala of Kaptau Packaging Pty Limited.
Thank you, Joanna. I think I hope I'm audible enough.
You are, but your face needs a little bit of light.
Excuse me. I, Paulus Endjala, accept the honor bestowed on me to be inducted as an laureate and promise to serve as an inspiration to fellow Africans. Thank you very much to GEN Namibia, the Namibian Business Hall of Fame organization at large. Congratulations to the fellow laureates and congratulations to the emerging entrepreneurs. You are doing a good job there, and I hope together we pull together to keep on inspiring the people. Remember, not every business that we do needs to disrupt the industry or change the world, but if you can do a business that inspires that can pay your bills, and then you inspire 3 people who will inspire 9 people to do the same, we can build a better economy and a better continent overall. There is a lot of challenging things that are going on at the moment, but we are built for this, and we will make it. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everybody once more. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paulus Endjala. You are now officially a laureate of the Namibian Business Hall of Fame. Now, laureateship is the highest honor that you can accept in your country for anyone, whatever you are doing. And entrepreneurs, you are making this commitment when you accept the laureateship to ensure that you share your knowledge with others, to support them wherever you can. I'm saying this because you will find in the third laureate's description why I'm saying it. So the next person to be inducted in the Namibian Business Hall of Fame as a laureate was recognized. Okay. So he was recognized as an emerging entrepreneur, and I forgot to mention also, it was mentioned, Mr. Endjala was also an emerging entrepreneur. For all those emerging entrepreneurs who were inducted this evening, so you can look forward to maybe laureateship one or other time, depending on your performance. So he was recognized as an emerging entrepreneur in 2015 by the Namibian Business Hall of Fame. He since has diversified and grown his company into several outlets of different nature. He is precise in his dealings and serves on the board of the African Leadership Economic Council, where he supports economic growth in Africa. Now, in our discussions when we agree who to induct or not, we don't look at your business as such. Yes, your business forms part of you, but we look at what type of an entrepreneur you are. And one of the traits that he has is that he was educated and in business management, so he could have taken up a job anywhere, but he's decided that entrepreneurship is what he wants to do. And I remember when I met him the first time, and he was so cautious of me in Oshikangu. We were at a place where they were going to have a CD launch for someone, and he looked at me and he wanted to know, who are you? Why do you want to speak to me? Why are you here at this event? And I was saying to myself, oh my God, I feel like I will be locked up any minute soon. But then the person who invited me to join them in Oshikango explained to him that I look at entrepreneurs and what they do, and I try and mentor them if they wish to be mentored. And I can say that Wiseman has taken the opportunity, and he is successful in his business. And he himself personally says his success in business should never be defined by the type of car he's driving or the type of house that he lives in, but rather by the number of job opportunities he has created for Namibian brothers and sisters out there. He is completely unstoppable at making the world better for his fellow Africans. Congratulations, Wiseman Anjala. I allow you now to speak and say your acceptance words, and remember to say laureate.
Thank you for the opportunity, Ms. Johanna. Good evening to everybody. It's a special honor to receive these awards this evening on the 11th of November 2021. Yes, I must acknowledge that I was indeed inducted in Namibian Business Hall of Fame in October 2015. it's very amazing that today I'm being inducted together with the likes of my senior in business, that Martin Shipanga. I must admit that he's one of my role model. I remember when I was still at university, I was listening to him on radio, and then I told myself, no, I want to be like him, but I know for sure it's not gonna be easy. I have to work hard, I have to be disciplined, and I have to listen, I have to look for advice, and that's what made me to be who I am. And I must also be acknowledged that yes, of course, I came from a business family. My father is a businessman, he's still alive. My mother is a former teacher. But although I had a fight with my mother, who wanted me to be a teacher like her, I decided to follow in my father's footsteps, and that's what I did. A decision that I made many years ago. You know, my advice to many entrepreneurs out there, you know, it's not easy to become an entrepreneur, especially a full-time entrepreneur, because you are putting your life on the line. Because chances for you to become successful is not really there. So you need to remain focused. You need to prove wrong to your families that I can run a business and I can earn income in that business and I can create sustainable job opportunities through that business. So I believe in entrepreneurship because that's the only way we can create job opportunities for others. I thank you so much. I thank you others, businessmen and businesswomen that we got inducted together this evening. I thank you so much.
Our next laureate to be inducted this evening is a very special person. He invited me, or not him, I don't think he was aware of my existence, but he invited me to his wedding. And it was my first real traditional wedding in northern Namibia that I attended. So I want to share a little bit about him, but he is such a quiet and reserved person. And I ever wonder whether he can ever be naughty. So this strong, quiet man behind the Kadhikwa chicken farming success story, he is results driven in a quiet manner. I think he's one of those people like auditors checking the figures all the time. What is the IRR? What is the NPV? And like that. So he is an outstanding and supportive leader, and he ensured that Gen Namibia's exchange program visitors from Zambia could learn during 2020 with the COVID pandemic on hand from his way of running an enterprise. And then I realized there is someone that has been overlooked for many years just because he's not as vocal as some of us. And he's also a husband, a loving one, I hope, since I witnessed his wedding, a father, a mentor to many, and an exceptional entrepreneur. We induct him in the Namibian Business Hall of Fame here tonight for his diligence and support structures of his enterprises that allows employees to grow. Congratulations, Erastus Kadhikwa. Over to you, Erastus, for the pronouncement.
Thank you, Mama Joanna. As you can see, celebration are already in order here in my background. I solemnly undertake to accept the honor bestowed on me in the spirit to uphold ethical business principle and support the Namibian Business Hall of Fame in its endeavor and educate and support startup entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for the opportunity given or the honor to undertake or to accept the Laureate award tonight. I want to dedicate this award to my family, Without their support, I know I wouldn't be here today. Thank you to my wife, Twapewa, as you mentioned it earlier. Yes, I am still, and I hope I'm still on the right track as a loving and a God-fearing husband or a father to our kids. I would also like to thank my parents, my mother, and my mother-in-law for their grounding in me. Thank you also to my mentor, Mr. Sagaria Ngikemba and Abius Apake, for the ways in which you impact my life of thinking on a daily basis. Thank you to all my friends for your constant presence in my life. Ultimately, I would like to thank God who makes all plans for me. I'm only a mere vessel who carries out his will in a physical spirit. Thank you. I will accept the Laureate with open heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Erastus, and congratulations. Now she can scream and shout. That's it. Yeah, that is the kind of celebrations.
The entire family is already rooting behind me. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right, we need to move on. And I want to tell you a little story about this laureate. And I think I don't have words to describe him, but I met him many years ago when I was still a banker. And he was, I think he can correct me if I'm wrong, the first black man to become a CEO of a bank in Namibia. And I know there was Ipangalwa as well, but I think Martin was there way before Ipangalwa, if I remember correctly, but it's possible he can help us. So our next laureate to be inducted into the Namibian Business Hall of Fame is none other than the founder and executive chairperson of Shipanga Holdings in Namibia. 16 years ago, almost 17 years ago, he left the corporate world and ventured on his own. Now, I always wondered what happened to him. And I wanted to know why this successful man is nowhere to be seen. I think I met him once at the voting booths, and then he said to me, "You must just check this out and that and so on, and then you'll know what I'm busy with." But he started on his own numerous companies such as Dusk Mobile. He had game shows on it, electronic companies, Mama Fresh. Who eats Mama Fresh? All of us, or drinks. Eat with the pub and drink. Shipanga Natural Resources. Now, I think when he accepts this honor, he can tell us a little bit more about the natural resources. Maybe he's having his own diamond mine as well. Cattle and game farming, I see him there. He's laughing at me. But it's possible that you can have your own diamond mine. One of the people that I mentor, she is having her own EPL. She saved up and she got that 100,000 to pay for that EPL to find diamonds on the Kavango River. I won't tell you where, but if you are interested in supporting her, connect with me. He has also residential and commercial estates. Then came the Shipanga Medical Services, Shipanga Security Services, Shipanga Financial Services, and finally, but not last, and I think there are others that I haven't mentioned even, Shippy FM. So what you do when you want to promote your own businesses, you also get your own newspaper, you get your own radio station, and soon they will have their own television stations as well. He was diligent in the corporate world, and I admired him. Okay, I don't know what age he is, but I think he's way younger than me. And I was in awe with him being up there and taking charge of the reins in the corporate world. But he is still in his current ventures. I asked one of his employees, what is it like to work for such an amazing entrepreneur? Someone that never stops. He sees opportunity everywhere he goes. And the response was, we do appreciate him because he allows us to learn. Now that tells me he is community minded. He cares for his people. I think I forgot that I should switch on the light here because I'm in the dark now. Okay, now you can see me again. He cares for his people. He allows them to learn. And he also reminds me a little of Marcus Garvey. And I think the first time let me finish my sentence. The first time I said to him, he reminds me of Marcus Garvey, there was a long silence, and I think he thought of the political affiliations and so on. And I was more on the go-getter and make it happen, like Marcus. That was how I see him. Not the political side so much, but he is our Marcus Garvey because he sets himself a goal and he makes sure that he achieves it. And he lets nobody stand in his way. This laureate, Martin Kaali Shipanga, we induct in the Namibian Business Hall of Fame this evening for his contribution to the Namibian economy, creating employment and opportunity for his fellow Namibians. Congratulations, and I'll allow you to say the acceptance words. What happened to Wiseman? Wiseman, are you still there? Oh.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Klute. I hope that you can hear me.
Yes, but you need to move your camera slightly because your face is cutting off. A little bit, yeah, like that. Thank you.
Okay, I, Martin Kaali Shipanga, do solemnly accept the honor bestowed on me in the spirit to uphold ethical business principles and support the Namibian Business Hall of Fame in its endeavors to educate and support entrepreneurs. On that note, I want to thank you most sincerely with the entire organization, and I'm very much humbled to be honored and recognized. And this acknowledgement, I want to accept with absolute humility. I also equally want to reiterate, like you have mentioned, if you look at the nature of all my initiatives in business, they are all socially anchored, which means that all the businesses that I do, in as diversified as they are, the aim is to make an impact on the lives of people with the aim of hopefully improving their quality of lives. I shall remain committed to continue to contribute to development in whatever form, most specifically of our people and those in business till the end of time. On that note, I want to thank you once again most sincerely, and also to congratulate all those that have been honored before us and those that are being honored today, as well as those that will continue to be recognized as you continue to make an effort to support national development, and within the context of our continent, also to contribute to the transformation of our continent for the benefit of all. Thank you, Meme Klute.
Big brother!
Muted, sorry, I was muted. I now call on Tapewa Kadhikwa to give us her keynote address, first congratulatory remarks, and then a keynote address.
Good evening. Good evening. Sanbonani, Kwenda, Kaikwas, Matokelwapo, Mavukahande, Boa noite. Who did I leave behind? Tate Kaali, who did I leave behind? Mwachache. Good evening. I'm trying to control myself.
You
When I grow up,
happiness.
oh, thank you, darling. When I grow up, I'll sit like Martin Kaali and just be chillax, you know. But for now, please allow me to enjoy myself. You know that song, allow me to enjoy myself, allow me. So, what a privilege. You know, they normally say...
Tapewa, just a moment.
Yes.
Just so that the people don't think you might be drunk, but you are drunk from happiness and
Oh, yes,
blessings.
darling. Yes, and with the Holy Spirit. Too much, eh? Yeah. But sincerely, I'm very happy tonight. I'm in my space. I'm literally in my element. So congratulations to all of you. First of all, for just making it thus far. It is November, and some of us didn't think we would make it through this year. So congratulations, sincerely, for making it thus far. This evening is really special to me because of my, I don't call him my other half, I call him my whole. Because it's in our holistic self that we complement each other. Otherwise, if it's my other half, then I'll be disabled all the time. So I'm really, especially extra happy tonight because of my husband being inducted in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the people that I think you talk about diligence, hard work, consistency, focus, leadership, all those characteristics, they describe him. And I think our society doesn't recognize the good men enough. And this could be a reason for why the women empowerment is a bit dysfunctional, because we are not empowered as women to be better than men. We are complementary to them, but we should just be developing people, because the girl child and the boy child is equally important, and they have got a role to play in society. So I don't support extreme feminism because it distincts against a specific gender, and I don't support that. Nonetheless, Johanna, I applaud you. You know, my sister, sometimes, how old are you, by the way, Johanna? 54?
Almost 70. No,
Amen.
almost 70.
Johanna has been on this drive for supporting entrepreneurship since I was 19 years old. That's when I met you. And of course, I'm just a few years older. Nonetheless, I met Johanna over 19 years ago at a farm somewhere out of Windhoek when you were speaking to us. What you have done for me personally, my sister, and I think it's the same thing you are doing here tonight, is affirmation. You know, it is different from running your race. You are zularing, you are in your hustle and you are pushing. But when somebody comes along and they fan you, you start running differently, you start running faster, you start running with more confidence, you start running with joy, because someone is now fanning you. You are a fan, my sister, and I applaud you for that, and may God sincerely sustain you. So to the laureates this evening, we know that our economy hasn't been growing. In fact, 2021, we recorded a minus 7% growth rate. It means we are in ICU. Anybody who is still talking about job creation and employment, people must look for employment, must be dysfunctional. I'm not offending anyone. This is the era. This is the time. This is the season. This is the opportune time that has been afforded to us to accelerate the agenda of entrepreneurship. This is the only time in our generation, in our season, in our continent, in our region, that entrepreneurship should be the anchor word on everyone's mouth. It is the only thing that will eliminate poverty, not grants. It's the only thing that will improve the quality of lives. It's the only thing that will give dignity to our people. It is the only thing that will create new jobs. Big companies are no longer in a position to create jobs. The only jobs that we will see now are going to be coming from entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are the only people who has the capability to create jobs, to innovate, and to make long-lasting impact in our economy. So Namibia has a unskilled and a semi-skilled population. We have a very poor appreciation for entrepreneurial activities. Most of the time we're losing our mind. Most of the time we are depressed. Most of the time you are regretful because the society doesn't know how to embrace entrepreneurial activities. But us as a community have an opportunity now to embrace each other. Wiseman can call me, I can call Tate Kaali, Helena can call me. Then we are like different animals, you know, because we get each other. So I really want to, what else can I offer you? I can only encourage you to hustle on. I can only encourage you to ride on. I can only encourage you to pray on. In my closing remarks, I want to emphasize 3 things that I have learned and relearn really as the criteria that can make a strong, solid, and a better entrepreneur. One is an entrepreneur should have capacity. Passion is good, and I hear passion a lot, but passion is not enough. One can actually be passionately broke. You can be passionately depressed. You can be passionately frustrated. So I'm going to encourage capacity. Build your capacity. Build your knowledge base. Build your capacity. Build your knowledge base so you can know something about something. Passion is no longer enough. Talent is no longer enough. Number 2, capability. I look at my journey. I was a very passionate young person, but I didn't have capability. And I struggled. I thought people are, they are canceling my contracts or my proposals, or they are putting me down because they don't like me. But my capability was poor. So I fell in love with personal development. So I can develop my competencies so much that if I submit a proposal or if I submit a business plan, it's difficult to put it down because I build capability. And capability you can't outsource. It's not an issue of your governor or your political leader. You can't outsource personal development. You can't outsource your responsibility to grow your skill space. It is yours. And passion is not enough. If you are weak in financial management, educate yourself. If you are weak in reading agreements and lawyers, educate yourself, because your business cannot be outsourced at that level. Thirdly is tenacity. If you cut the wrist now of Martin Shipanga, you cut the wrist of Paul Endjala, you cut the wrist of Alicia, you cut the thing that's running there for other people. If you cut the wrist of Wiseman, in other people it's blood and veins, but in entrepreneurs it's tenacity. Sure. If you don't have tenacity, if you are not tenacious, we'll find you at 2 places, at the mental health facility or at AFBOB. AFBOB, interestingly, is now NAMBOB. They also have sales targets. And I heard recently they pay bonus. I was so offended. Oh, Mayara. I mean, what are they selling? They're not selling chicken. They're not selling matangara. They sell coffins. And their business is doing very well. So you have a choice. If you don't build your tenacity, oh Jesus, you'll be walking around like this in town with an asthma pump, losing breath. Tapiwa, how are you? Because this journey we are on is a tough one. We get disappointed. We get betrayed. I told someone the other time, why do you want to betray me? There's no more space at the back of my back. I'm full. The scars, the disappointments, the betrayal, the frustrations. You cannot frustrate me anymore. I'm over frustrated. Now it's just time to collaborate. So it is a very, I think for me, entrepreneurship is nothing but a spiritual journey where you really have to find your grit. You have to find yourself. You have to find your God. You have to define your God for yourself. You have to hold on to something that nobody can see and pray that you come out on the other side. I've added the last one, which is character. Character is the only thing that will sustain you, that will sustain us. It doesn't mean that your character will not be attacked. But if you build a solid character, it can help you to navigate through the rough waters. It can help you to know how to deal with the crocodile. It can help you to know how to deal when the elephants come, because they are going to come. It will help you to know how to deal with the lions when the lions come, because they also are looking for food and you are prey. So character can make you solid. Otherwise, Bob will be recording a sales target, and I can't blame them. I want to close off by sincerely congratulating you all, especially my own darling, handsome, cute husband, and then my brothers on this platform.
She's
Martin
looking for a
Shipanga,
gift.
he's looking at me rolling his eyes because I'm his sister, I'm his Kandenge. Wiseman, I want to congratulate you all for not dying on this journey thus far, because it has taken many people's lives, but also for complementing our national vision. On the page 5 of the Vision 2030, when they were crafting it, and I think this was our founding father writing it, he said, or they said, our vision is to have by 2030 a prosperous and industrialized nation developed by her human resources. I'll repeat that again for those that have forgotten. I think it's one of the most beautiful statements I've ever come across. Our vision 2030 is to have a prosperous and industrial nation developed by her human resources. Who are those human resources? It's you and I. It is you and I. In the Bible, Prophet Isaiah says, there is so much to do. We need schools, we need hospitals, we need industrialists. Whom shall I send? Tapewa's hand is up. I saw Erastus' hand up. I saw Kaali's hand up. But the truth is, Namibia won't develop itself. If foreigners come and they develop this country, they just came to pursue opportunities. As hard as it is, any vision 2030, 2050, 2063 needs her human resources. Whether they are Namibian, they are in SADC, they are in Africa, where are you? What role are you playing? Who are you building? When are you accelerating your contribution to this agenda? So I want to provoke you to scale up. Do what Isaiah said. And then a personal gift is a scripture I have here. I'll send it to Joanna to send it to you all. It's in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 18, verse 16. Now, I had a discussion with God on this proverb because I don't believe in some of the theology that's going around that says live with a difficult life on earth, and when you die, you go and enjoy fun in heaven and success. It's a lie. Send your pastors my number. Is a lie. That whole narrative is wrong. It is not possible for the God that created us to send us on earth, to suffer on earth, and to enjoy life in heaven. So you need to rewrite that narrative. You need to rewrite that theology. You are supposed to be successful here. You are supposed to flourish here. You are supposed to be empowered here. You're supposed to make an impact here. It's not true. And Proverbs 18 verse 16 says, a man's gift. Gift is the thing that accelerates entrepreneurs. It's our talents that speak. It's our abilities that, not a man's education, not a man's straight nose. Me with, okay, Joanna, I'm almost done, love. It's a man's gift. And I say, if being a woman, a woman's gift, a person's gift, talent, makes room for him or her and brings him before great men. You don't know me, Joanna, because I'm beautiful or I have long hair. It's because of the gift that I carry. Kaali there, he's not because he's tall and he's got certain biceps and what is the six-pack. It's because of his gift. Tate Metina, it is your gift that will feed you, that will make room for you. Anjala, it's your gift. So that's my gift to you, my people. God bless you all. I'm going to celebrate. I have a bottle of champagne. Give me. Let me show it to you. I'm going to give my husband extra kisses tonight. And we are going to celebrate. And see you at Kwama. We need to do something, all right? Shalom.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Tapewa. I am grateful that you gave me a little bit of time to say, before we get kicked off the live broadcast. After the broadcast ends, you can just stay for a little while so that I can tell you about the procedures, how to collect your accolade. But thank you, everyone. And thank you very much for accepting the honor. And I believe we should work together like what Tapewa suggested, that we grow our nation and our continent. So we have 11 very few seconds left. Okay. But congratulations to each one of you. Paul is there in the background. He's currently suffering from COVID and he's recuperating, very weak, but he made it. He slept almost the whole day so that he could be here. And I wish you all the strength, Paul, to recover from this nasty disease or virus or whatever, and that you can continue with the good work that you've been doing. Congratulations to the emerging entrepreneurs from the house at Gen Global, at Gen Namibia, and from the Namibian Business Hall of Fame. Good luck in your ventures, and may God bless you always.
Amen. Thank you, woman of God.